Beauty and Rot, Rot in Beauty. It's a demo of the full game. Only chapters 1, 2, and ending 1 are available. Okay. So, let's go. Chapter 1. Corpse Soup. January 7th. Ew. I could hear somebody retching, and it's... sounds really quiet, actually. Like, too quiet. Hold on a second. The rare time where I turn up RPG Maker. Okay. Life is a Sisyphean hellscape, and Damien's grip on their proverbial boulder is starting to slip. They weren't really sure when they reached their breaking point. Baragon. Hey, Chevy, I'm gonna play your game tonight, too. If they had to wager a guess, though, it was right around when they watched the cops cart the body out of room 103 last week. Jesus. If it wasn't then, it was today when the shithead manager Carl waited for the room to be released from investigation. When all the hubbub died down and Damien was 30 minutes away from clocking out, he pulled him aside and said he needed to clean the blood out of 103's tub. I'm not qualified to clean that, Damien told him. People aren't going to ask, Carl coaxed. Come on, we can't afford a specialist. It's literally a biohazard. Only if it gets inside you. Just be careful. Come on, Damien, please. Do us all a favor. It was hit and one. Fuck you, Damien thinks. Should I say, is it Damien or Demian? Yeah, fine, sure. Don't get them wrong, Demian is handling life. Decently enough. They already had their earth-shattering, world-ending breakdown last month. The results of that are still visible on Demian. They chopped off so much of the long dark hair that Ma had always gushed about before bleaching and dyeing it as close to white as they could get it. The result looked like a toddler got a pair of scissors and a bottle of mustard. Demi-Ann. Demi-Ann, Demi-Ann, I knew a girl named Demi-Ann. This ain't that girl, 'cause this is a they, them. Demi-Ann. And Kia's gonna lambast me in 3, 2. Luckily for Demian, it's had time to grow in and look a bit less lopsided. Oh god, Baragon. Still, though, to call it a sloppy hack job would be doing it a favor. Demi Lovato. This is Veins Like Tapeworms. It's a Trinkets game. It's the demo. And hey, there are perks to having short hair. Demi-Ann. For one thing, Demi-Ann doesn't have to put it in a bun to keep it from dipping into a bathtub full of blood and bleach. Demian? Like demon? Demon? I mean, Damien. Demian. I mean, I don't... you know, Trinkets in Discord. Okay. How the fuck do I pronounce their name? They're not sure why the Restful Night Motel is such an allure to those with debts to pay and grudges to settle. Damien, canonically. They say it like Demian. Okay, I am saying it right. Demian. Okay. Sweet. I was right off the bat. Sure, being in the outskirts of Kingsfield's beach's seedier parts meant that the guests were going to be a bit more colorful than Demian would expect. Whoops. Wrong button. This, though? This is really something else. It's fucked up is what it is, Demian thinks to himself while yanking off a black rubber glove. Some average Tom who pissed off the wrong Dick tries to flee to a motel and lay low. Dick finds Tom and kills him to get even, and now poor little Harry has to clean up the mess Tom and Dick left behind. Where's the ball sack in that story? Demian. Trigger just said it. It's Demian. Like Demi. Demian wouldn't mind being in Dick's spot. So my initial gut reaction was the proper canonical pronunciation. I want you all to know that. You heard it here first, but folks. They'll take even being Tom. Oh, Jesus. They clap a hand over their nose. The good hand. The one that hasn't been wrist deep in bodily fluids and hold back a gag. Hawk is always right, Cannon! I know, right? Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Hold back a gag. The odor permeating through the air is so thick in Demian's nose. Fuck you, Trinket. It's almost too sweet, but the foul stench of rust is definitely there, just as an undertone. Demian grits their teeth and squeezes their eyes shut. A few heavy breaths through their mouth will get them through the next few minutes, hopefully. No, my gut was to say Demian, but I was like, oh, is it Damien though? Is it just a fancy spell like Chris with a K? A few heavy breaths through their mouth together. Hopefully this one little thing is all they need to do before they're off work today. One little thing. Then they can lie down in bed and do their best to forget about it. You can do this, Zhao. Don't lose your shit. Clocking out's in sight. Did I say that right, Zhao? You're just jealous. No, okay, I'm gonna piss some people off right now. I do not like Chris with a K. I don't like that spelling. I am viscerally opposed to Chris with a K. I don't know why. And it's only guys that are spelled Chris with a K. I'm like, oh my god, they don't like you. Demian sucks in a breath, takes their hand off their mouth, and gets to scrubbing the chipped ceramic. They're finally at the point where the blood is coming off, instead of smearing around like dragging a slimy paintbrush on a canvas. Mr. Chris Topper! Yeah, like, those with a K spelled like this. Like, seriously! I can't hear Hawk, so I didn't know I'm right. Although, who was it? Oh, fuck, hold on a second. Fucking, God, what am I being dumb about? Chris Christopherson is the only one that gets a pass. Because his name is both he's Chris. Like, he's the only one that gets a fucking pass with the K name. Because he's Chris Christopherson, okay? He's a fucking Rhodes Scholar. That man gets a pass on a lot of things. Anyway, soon enough, it'll all collect to the bottom of the tub and they can send it swirling down the drain. Oh, 100%. There's always an exception to every rule, Zebsy, and Chris Christopherson is that exception. You're all done? No, I don't. I'm happy with being my CH. Margaret smiles at Demian. Game is not automatically saved. They can feel the nasty sneer behind that grin, even through the niceties Margaret presents herself with. Which choice? Chevy. The sea is silent. Do you remember to enable it? What? No? Quarian, what the fuck? Hey, Quarian, it's been forever. How are you? I'm gonna be a little bit... Oh, like you would care. And hold on a second. So what did I do for the options? Accessibility. Enabled, reduce flashing lights, off. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're good. What do you mean you're blind now? Oh, you're blind now if you get banned. I would never ban Chevy. Chevy is on my good side right now. Oh, wow. That's cool. That's cool. When did you... Damn. I didn't know you were getting a new house. That's awesome. Demian tightens their jaw and hisses their response through their teeth. Yeah, finally, they say. It would be nice to tell Carl's daughter they can see right through her whole sickly sweet shtick, but Demian can't risk losing their job. Maybe some other day. Like if Demian won the lottery. I'm blind like, Kia, no! That's honestly, kind of Trinket style. This is all about giraffe people and the horrors they deal with from day to day. Oh my god, you moved into the 80s. Wow. Well, like if Demian won the lottery or killed someone. Are you okay? Seeing that would take a toll on anyone. Margaret sighs and looks up at the midnight sky. Thick gray clouds roll in further by the second. It's going to rain or snow soon, and Demian isn't sure which. Carpet in the bathroom, let's go! God. Oh my god. Okay, so I overflowed my grandfather's toilet and he had carpet in the bathroom. He had to have it all ripped out. So I would honestly say, as soon as you can afford it, I would rip that carpet out of there. It is just gonna rot if it already isn't. I'm so sorry, Aquarian. Oh no. The pee rug. Yo. Why was carpet in a bathroom ever a thing? He doesn't like change. No. Fine. Demian relaxes their grip on the cleaning cart's gaudy yellow handle. Nothing I can't deal with anyway. I'll get over it, probably. Alright, yeah, sure. Margaret breaks eye contact. Demian studies the sky. There are long black streaks in the clouds. I get the feeling that, like, Demian sees her much more hostile than she actually is. To gather all the cocaine. Yeah, it's going to snow soon. The stilted silence seems to drag on for hours. No doubt, Margaret could tell she's not fooling Demian. She's the first to stop the torment. Well, I gotta get going. I'm gonna miss the bus. Yeah, I'm going too, Demian says. Their stomach is rumbling so damn loud as soon as they can. As soon as they can, they're going into the city to stock up on some food. Their payment's going to be coming in a few days, so Demian can afford to get a little extra. Rent is pretty much costing an arm and a leg, so at any moment where they aren't dipping into their paltry savings is a moment well enjoyed. The two go on their separate ways. Thank God. Any longer and Demian would have... Nope, I'm not going down that path. Not gonna tempt myself. Hey, what's that? Yeah. Hey! Wait, this was the main character from the last game, right? I'm not crazy, right? Like, it's same universe? Self-isolation. It totally is, Chevy. 100%. That was Vic? Was it? Am I crazy? Oh my god, I feel like I'm crazy. Miriam leans over and calls out a greeting as Demian pushes the glass door open. Her voice is familiar to their ears. Hey, welcome to the quick stop shop. I'll be out in a second. Don't get excited, Webster. It's just me, is Demian's flat response. There's a new lit in her tone that wasn't there before. Oh, Demian! Hi! How's it going? Yeah, that could be it too. It's going, I guess. They advance into the store. The lights hanging above Demian and Miriam's heads wash everything in a cold tinge. Colorful, fatty snacks line the shelves to Demian's left. The stench of seafood is especially strong today. Demian swallows the bile rising in the back of their throat. Fresh fish smells like the ocean, and cucumbers is a lie that they never bought into. Fresh fish, in fact, smells like a swamp on a hot summer day in sheer hatred. I don't think Demian has ever had fresh fish. And today, that hatred is seeping into every corner of the store. Trying to keep their voices steady, Demian asks, did the fish guy come in early or something? Yeah, like the ocean and cucumbers. Little salty. And yeah, kind of mostly like nothing, yeah. Miriam pauses, her brows undoubtedly furrowed the way it always is when she needs to think. Kia. I think so. I just clocked in for the night shift. You'd have to ask Luna tomorrow. She's at the store when we get our deliveries. Oh. A high-pitched mewling pinches through the muffled pop music ringing in Demian's ears. They perk up and look around the store. It only takes a few seconds for them to find the culprit. A large cat with orange fur speckled in white spots is curled up tight in a cardboard box. Oh, excuse me. A towel lines the interior. He looks comfortable with his eyes shut and tail twitching upwards. Demian smiles softly and kneels down to pat the top of his head. I guess this guy's happy about it, though, they remark. It's only now that Miriam pokes her head out of the aisle she's been so enraptured with. Her thick, mousy hair is tied up into a tight braid, her glasses shining under the store lights. Yeah, he's been chatting up a storm since I clocked in. That's a good sign. It means he's warming up to you guys, they say without looking away from the cat. Don't know if I ever told you this, but I used to have a cat too, just like this one here. Really? Mm-hmm. She didn't know how to meow, so she kind of just screamed. But I thought it was funny. Named her Tabby, short for Tabisca. Or Tabisca? Salmon is... Yes! Yeah, Pike's Place Market. Yeah, I've watched him do it several times. Like the hot sauce? Where... Maybe they're... Where are her hands? What? Trinket! Are you still here? Oh no. Yeah, I don't even like the stuff. It tastes like shit to me. Demian looks over their shoulder and locks gazes with Miriam. But Tabisca works as a cat name, so Tabby it is. Oh, that's so cute. Or do you mean Tabasco? Is it with an O? Tabasco? She lost her hands in the war. Standing up, they grab a nearby shopping basket and start to throw ramen packets into it. Demian figures it's a good idea to leave the part where Paul hit Tabby with the car and didn't tell them. Oh, jeez. Mentioning to Miriam how they found her buried in the woods days later would probably put a damper on the mood. Gushing on and on about how funny Demian is, Miriam sets down the plastic milk crate filled with canned drinks. Yeah, Tabasco. Hands are overrated. While kneeling, she reaches out to pet the cat with her nubs. I don't think we've all thought of an official name for our little mascot yet. Luna calls him Flip Flop, but I think he's more of a juice to me. The response is non-committal. Miriam changes the subject instead of letting Demian go. So, by the way, how's work? They already regret striking up a conversation. Tired eyes stay focused on instant meals. TV dinners and cheap noodles churn the stomach, but it's all Demian can afford. I don't think you want to know the answer. If I say one day I'm gonna gut someone to ask me. I cleaned a guy's blood out of a tub. Let's end this conversation. It's okay. Demian holds back their real thoughts. Never a dull day there, I guess. Unrelated, but I think I'm gonna go pick up a Lucy today. Maybe two. Her plain face contorts into a sympathetic cringe. That bad, huh? Yeah. Demian only smokes after a particularly stressful shift. Thank God the back and forth ends soon afterwards. Demian's already exhausted from dealing with people all day. Kia. Or like all week if they're being honest. The last thing they need is more insanity before they can go home and sleep. The cashier, a middle-aged woman named Emily, takes a few seconds to lecture Demian how the shop really shouldn't be selling them loose cigarettes, so they'd better watch who they tell. Demian bites their tongue to stop themselves from telling Emily to can it and give them the Lucy already. The snow started. There's already a light dusting on the sidewalk and fast snowflakes drift to the ground. Demian pulls the shoulder of their jacket up further to their neck. Nice, Kia. They'll probably get something better soon. The zipper on this thing's already busted, so it just hangs off their lanky frame. Hopefully by next week they'll be able to buy a new one. Demian put in extra overtime specifically for the jacket funds. Oh, excuse me. Leaning back against the shop's brick walls, Demian lights a cigarette and takes a long drag. Smoking's bad, okay? It tastes awful and doesn't feel great. Still, Demian figures that it's the lesser of two evils when compared to what else they could be doing to themselves. They blow the smoke all out into the air. In all honesty, it's peaceful out here. They've never been a big fan of the drab feeling that early January evenings held, but something about this seems different. Good, but different. For a moment, it almost feels like Demian's troubles are far, far behind them. No worries about paying their rent. Everyone's leaving them alone, and the gore that they washed down 103's drain is an instant memory that felt years old. The shop's door swings open, and the illusion is broken. Miriam's boots crunch in the snow. Hey, you shouldn't be out for too long. You'll freeze out here. Frigid winter air bites at Demian's cheeks. The stench of smoke wafts up further into the falling snow. They lower their hand and exhale. Steam clouds puff up in front of thin lips. They tower over her. Don't give me that, Demian drawls. You know my place doesn't allow smoking. She stares down at her feet. I know, but nothing. I can't afford the ass whooping I'd get. Miriam swallows thick. She clicks her fingernails against one another, looking as if she'd really like to hide within her work uniform. It's too big for her. The poorly tailored dress and apron hang past her hands. Hey, there we go. There's the hands question. Come on, it's cold out. Can't. I told you. I just don't want you to get hypothermia or anything, she finds it in herself to say. Her cheeks are red. Demian really hopes it's because of the cold, but they know better. Hey, if you ever... I mean... Never mind. Take care of yourself, alright? Don't pity me. Yeah, sure. Demian finishes their cigarette, snuffs it, and tosses it into a can once they're sure it's out. Suddenly, they'd really like to be anywhere else but here. See you next week, I guess. Yeah. They turn their back toward Miriam and start walking home. Hey, if you're free anytime soon, I'm on night shifts, so I've got free time during the day. So if you ever want to get a coffee or something... Be seeing you, Webster. They've been beating around the bush regarding whatever feelings Miriam has for them. Demian doesn't think she'd be weird about it, but they've never had good results telling people about their asexuality. Don't keep Emily waiting back there. Right. Demian didn't mean to sound so harsh to her. Be so harsh to her. In all honesty, talking to Miriam doesn't make them want to pull themselves out of their skin. They're just... They don't have the words to describe it. She's a bit of a dullard in their opinion. Definitely unobservant as hell, but they wouldn't call her a dick or something. But it'd be weird to turn around and clarify now. With unspoken words on the brain, Demian keeps their head down and walks home. Game is now automatically saved. Miriam wasn't kidding. It is cold tonight. The tips of Demian's fingers are already numb by the time they make the trek back to the Restful Night Motel. Restful Night Motel, vacancy. The black midnight sky only draws their exhausted eye to the neon pink sign hanging in the parking lot. The O is flickering on and off. It's almost pretty, they think. The nasally voice that feels like razors in Demian's brain breaks their concentration. Hey, Demian! Fuck. They look up to see Carl's face twisted into some parody of an apologetic smile. The Restful Metallics, too. Yeah, what's wrong, sir? Please don't. You of all people know how badly the economy's doing these days. And you're not making it easier. Mm-hmm. The motel's barely making it as it is. Whose fault is that? Oh. So I hope you understand that I might not be able to give you your overtime pay this week. It'll be there next time, I promise. I hope you drown in your own piss. Sure, I can wait. Hey, Dora. There go the jacket funds. Well, I won't hold you up for long. It's cold out and I know you want to rest. You don't seem to have been sleeping well lately. Wow, I wonder why. Thank you, sir. See you tomorrow. See ya. They part ways, Demian walking toward the motel with a pounding heart, clenched jaw and shaking fists. They walk to their room as familiar. Go up the crumbling concrete stairs, turn left, and head on into room 205. Don't shit where you eat or sleep is a motto Demian has had to tell himself for 4 years, though in their new arrangement with Carl, eat and sleep are pretty much interchangeable. Honestly, why not just say, okay, cool, then no rent this month? That I would barter. I would so bar and be like, okay, cool, no overtime, no rent. We good? We good. Next part of the routine. Slot the key in the sticky lock, jiggle it around a bit, wish they had enough money to live anywhere else except the motel. In a weird way, Demian does feel a bit grateful towards Carl. Even if they were living in one of the more run-down rooms that he was too cheap to fix, it is still a place to sleep on top of their payment. All in cash under the table, of course. All Demian had to do in exchange was a little more work. Oh. Like cleaning up after a dead body. But they were complaining about rent, I thought. Maybe just in general. Step 3. Demian slams their shoulder against the door and cringes at the stings of pain. That's what I'm like wondering, like what they're, if they actually are or not, if they're actually paying rent. Because they were talking about rent being expensive. The luck seems to get worse in the colder weather. Demian swipes the snow off the doorstep and throws himself at the wood again. It pops open way too easily, sending Demian tumbling into the threadbare carpet. To the threadbare. The ramen bags scatter across the floor. Groaning lowly, Demian sits up and rubs their shoulder. At least it didn't dislocate, but the bones sure hurt like hell. They like to lie there for a few hours, unblinking and unmoving, but in the end, Demian slams their door shut and crouches down to pick up their food. The motel's room air conditioner rattles in Demian's ears, draining the mildewy door odors away for another night. It's fine, it's fine. Nothing broke, everything's fine. Demian swings the bag of food onto the nightstand. Well, that's what I was saying, yeah. Yeah, Phoenix, we are, yeah, totally. Maybe it'd be nice to have a bath and relax before they eat. Their fingers still feel so unclean, even through the gloves and the cleaning chemicals. The bathroom light buzzes at an uncomfortable volume. Demian pulls the shower curtain back and stares down at the tub. Not too much, Phoenix. Instead of relief, stress floods their veins. Like tapeworms, even! Name drop. Oh, my eyes. Why are my eyes so itchy? Oh, my God. I'm allergic to writing. To words. Even if their tub is bleached clean enough to eat from, their mind's eye brings back memories of crimson sludge and skittering cockroaches slurping at their meal. Nope. Maybe tomorrow. No, it's not out yet. No. It's just the demo. They shut the curtain. There you go. Yes, thank you. I'm allergic to reading. God, I can't get comfortable either. My chair sucks. My eyes suck. Demian turns on the sink to scrub their hands until their fingertips are raw. They look up and stare at the trash bag covering their mirror. It's for their own good, really. Looking at their own reflection only made them miserable. Demian's really thanking their lucky stars they didn't grow up to be a neat freak. Otherwise, they'd be going even more insane than they already are. Wiggling maggots, steaming vomit, and crawling beetles in the moldy walls is one thing. But Demian will get over it, like they always do. To Phoenix. They have to. If they break down again, who knows what they'll do. Quit? Get fired? Who knows? Shit! Demian grunts through the pain. Looking down, they see the back of their left hand drip with blood. The right one grips the scrubber tight enough to dent the palm. Sighing deep, Demian puts down the brush and runs their hand under the hot water. Stinging sensations fill their fingers. Rivulets of pink flow down the drain, the remnants of watered down blood leaving its mark on the basin. They've been sighing a lot these days. Demian can't really help it. Oh, excuse me. Kia. The next few minutes are a bit of a blur. Demian didn't have any bandages, so the best they could do was clean out the abrasion and hope it would scab up in the meanwhile. After that, dinner consisted of a plastic cup of noodles made in the motel microwave. All the nights of ramen as their meals are probably going to come and bite Demian in the ass one of these days, but they're too tired to care. Besides, they can mask the plasticky flavors with strong seasonings. Damn, Demian whistles to himself while staring out the window. The snow is growing more and more intense by the minute. As much as they hate this place, Demian's glad they aren't on the streets anymore. Nights like these would be nothing short of misery. But hey, they have a roof over their head and a stable job. A leaky roof and a soul-sucking job, but it's still a roof and a job. Yeah, I love Robin. So maybe it isn't that bad here. Ow, fuck. Any and all good feelings Demian might have been collecting are evaporated the moment the music starts. It's loud, thumping, and startles the ever-loving shit out of them. Demian jolts. Their ramen slips out of their hands. Fuck! Orange broth spills across the table onto the floor and splashes on their scratched hand. Leaping up to their feet and knocking over a plastic chair, Demian does their best to clean up the mess, grumbling to themselves the whole way. Their hand hurts so bad. Mixtures of the heat and the seasoning only irritates the raw skin. Their gaze turns upward toward the wall they share with the music-blaring neighbor. At least Demian has the decency to wear headphones if they want to play music so loud it makes their bones rattle. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Oh, for the love of fucking God, shut the music off! The urge to go and give a piece of their mind grows deeper. You know what? What should we do? I'm gonna let you guys choose. Do we confront the bad neighbor, or do we just say fuck it?
Sorry I annoyed you with my friendship.
Ooh. I'm gonna say that Shadowlex. Thank you very much for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the realm of the feathered dead. Confront. Fuck it. Demian can't do this anymore. Demian doesn't even trash the noodle cup. If they listen to this bullshit any longer, they're going to go insane. That is a patron. Slinging their jacket back over their shoulders, Demian clutches their motel key and stomps outside. Turning their heel, they head to the door directly to the left of their motel room. The thin plastic is practically shaking. The rusting decal announcing which room it is could fall off at any second. Hey! Hey! Demian screams. Their hollers are drowned out into a whisper. Biting the inside of their mouth, Demian bangs on the door again. Turn down the music! Some of us are trying to sleep! Pressing their ear against the side of the door only gives Demian a headache. All they could hear are teeth-chattering bass and screaming lyrics. No sign of life. They'd write a nasty letter to lower the volume and slide it under the door if they had a pen and paper. Pinching the bridge of their nose, they pull away and try to peer through the curtains. No movement. It's pointless, isn't it? Not like whoever's in there could hear or care. Okay, Trinket. Damian's gotta learn how to pick better battles anyway. New priority, food. Cheese curls would make a decent replacement for dinner right about now. The vending machine near the lobby still sort of worked. A fact that saved Damian's ass quite a few times before. Fat snowflakes keep on falling. It dusts the concrete, the vending machine, even the short curls of Demian's hair. They pull up their jacket's hood around their neck and kick the side of the machine again. Come on already! God, they can still hear the music. It's faint, but undoubtedly there. They spent some of their dwindling cash on these cheese curls. And by God, they are going to get those cheese curls. It's all they're going to have to eat tonight, anyway. Demian portioned out the ramen to last until their next paycheck. Taking any extra would lead them to needing to skip a meal at some point. It's weird how girls like booze. Kind of creep me out. Oh. Come on, give it! Demian kicks the machine for the third time. The bag is stuck in the inner spiral. It wobbles, crinkles, and flops forward. But it won't fall. Come on! Why are they getting so frantic? Are they about to have another breakdown? Demian hopes not. Go fight for the old folks. They can't afford it. They can't afford to quit their stupid job of cleaning up shit and blood and piss and sweat drenched mattresses. If they do, they'll lose their roach-filled room and the revolving door of awful neighbors. If they do that, there's no way in hell they'll ever be able to achieve that dream of working until they die instead of doing something meaningful with their life like they really wanted to. And Damien can't have that. Can they? Damien needs to be a cog in the machine because there's no spot for spiteful and hateful assholes who want to make music of their own and actually do something with their life instead of cleaning the filth of this piece of shit over and over without any respite until they kick their miserable bucket. And I can't fucking do this anymore. Damien kicked the machine with a hard weep. There isn't even a dent on the side. The cheese curls finally drop into the slot. It's an insult at this point. Damien kneels in front of the machine and shoves their face into their hands. They hate the sobbing that bursts from their throat. They already went through this last month. There's no reason to be blubbering all over again. It's humiliating. Looks the best, Phoenix. It's not about cheese curls, but it sure was the last straw. The tears burn down their cheeks. It feels like acid. Damien Zhao, 22 years old, is on the fast track to wasting their entire life. And instead of trying to fix it, they're bawling over their own fate like some helpless baby. Yeah. Demian's pretty sure they would have been crying in the snow for a good 15 minutes if the sound of puking didn't snap them out of it. They scramble to their feet quickly, scrubbing their face of any tear stains and sniffing the snot back in. Ew. The gurgling is faint on the ears, but there's no way to ignore it. They don't approach out of the goodness in their heart. If someone's spewing in their guts in the building's vicinity, Damien's the one who has to clean it. It's just easier to scrub off fresh vomit instead of leaving it overnight. No? Mine didn't disconnect. Rounding a corner, they come face to face with a woman doubled over and barfing into the building's dumpster. Hey, they say, voice steady but unsure. Hey, you good? No? She's puking a lot. Demi tries to get her attention again. Dude, hey, dude? The barfing ceases, hopefully permanently, they think, and the woman snaps her head up. Wide eyes behind crooked glasses peer right at them. That's my phone. Even in the dead of winter, she's sweating. It's so bad that the shimmer of the neon sign hanging above the hotel is reflected on her temple. The look in her eyes is indescribable. Hey, Phoenix, nice!
Another has risen to join the flock.
Thank you so much for that gift sub to Kia. Now they're stuck here for another month. That was very generous of you. Thank you, Phoenix. Kia enjoys the ads. Yeah, it's the only respite. It's not the kind of look that any human would reasonably give to someone. Instinct kicks in. This woman looks like she's barely pushing past 5 feet. Her legs dangle a good length off the ground. They can't get a decent gauge on her build underneath the oversized sweater, but Demi thinks they could take her on in a self-defense if needed. It's free to make her own choice, Dora. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Feel my hate for Jeff Goldblum. What? You mean Jeff Bezos? They're definitely underweight themselves, but they're more than 6 feet. Why Jeff Goldblum? They could just give her a jab in the neck and run, right? She's silent, very silent. Damien can't even hear her breathing. She's going through the motions. Her shoulders and chest rise and fall like expected, but the sound of her gasping fall just short of Damien's ears. They take a step back. Why did their hands become so clammy? Oh, okay. A thrashing heartbeat brings pain to Damien's chest. Her gaze feels wrong. That's the only way Damien can describe it. Wrong. As if she's looking past them, past their skin and into their bones. Please don't look for me. Damien snaps out of their unsettled stupor. Huh? Stop showing me, not Zillow. I don't want it anymore. Please. Her voice is hoarse and low. Don't bring it back. I just want to rest. Demian would be lying if they implied they understood what the fuck she was on about. Are you drunk? She doesn't respond. Before Demian can stop her, she drops to the ground and takes off running. Stumbling, more like it. Yeah, definitely drunk. She didn't lunge at Demian or make any threats, but their unease doesn't lighten. Something's wrong. Demian looks toward the dumpster. Murmuring drifts up from the cold metal. The more Demian strains their ears, the clearer it becomes in their mind. As if a voice was cooing directly in the folds of their brain in a warm embrace made to lure. Whatever's in there, it's not just the results of a drunkard emptying her stomach. I can sense your pain, your anguish. I feel the whispers of a broken heart clinging to life. Your strength sapped away by those who've wronged you. Wait, what voice should I use for this, actually?
You've wronged you, but I can repair you.
Because, I mean, this is basically based off... This is like evil Venom. Kia, I swear to God. No voice! Just my regular old voice. Haha. I can repair you. I can gift you the strength of a god. Together we can lash out against those who have hurt you in kind. Oh, the repair you. I see, yeah.
Hurt you.
Like Venom ain't neutral. Well, like more like Carnage. Dude. Axel, thank you so much for that gift sub to Crazy Stew. 2 gift subs so far. And Phoenix Early, I didn't say how many. 13 gift subs so far. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Axel. Appreciate that.
Hurt you in kind. And all you have to do is let me in.
No, Southern Belle. I'm gonna go with the... Look away. Look away! Yeah, no. Demian's not stupid. They're not dealing with whatever the hell she went through. Cryptic warnings are bad enough. Demian isn't taking the chance of learning what letting it in means. Key, I swear to God. Really, Hawk? Carl could take a gander tomorrow if he's so keen. Fuck this. They shove their hands deep in their pockets and plod off to get their cheese curls. The night drags on in a dull way. Truth be told, by the middle of tomorrow, Demian had completely forgotten their little encounter. Next time Demian thinks of it, a month has passed. They're stewing over the concept of Valentine's Day again when the TV plopped on their dresser starts to speak of a new serial killer in their city. They look up from their noodles and raise the volume. The reporter is a somber man about Demian's age. The fleeting wish of sitting in his spot glimmers in their head. Like Cheeto. It's a cheese puff. Cops are befuddled at the sight of the corpses. To be fair, Demian doesn't blame them. The state of the bodies were gruesome. Far worse than local news reports would be allowed to show off. Demian had to find the details online. Stomachs flayed open, organs devoured, arteries pulled up. It's gruesome, yes, but Demian can't deny that it looks beautiful in a fucked up kind of way. It reminds them of flowers blooming with flesh and veins acting as petals and vines. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Whoops. There's no rhyme or reason to the killings. It's like someone grew bored and started to raise down whoever crossed paths first. The question that's on the reporter's mind is clear. Who could do something like this and why? Demian has the strangest feeling they know what happened. The question on their own mind lingers for an uncomfortable while. What if it was me? Whoever this killer is, they sure seem to be living free and happy. Wouldn't that be something, they say while shoveling more shitty noodles down their throat. Phoenix. Awesome. Ending 1. Parallels. It's just the demo, Phoenix. It's just the demo. Okay, now what happens if we let it in? Wait. Ah! I thought there was an autosave. It's gone. No, no. Shit. I don't know if there's a skip. There we go, skip. Okay, good. We did all this. Ha! Oh, piss off! The fist inhales through their teeth. Yeah, finally. Oh. We wanted to say piss off, but we just couldn't get it out. The illusion of choice! Speed read the game! Sorry, I missed briefly, yes. Miriam with no hands. Same choice as last time. See, I thought it would be autos, like the auto save would be like. See, I should have just made a save on my own, and I never did. That's on me, you know. That's on me. No clipping through the floor though. I'm just gonna vibrate. I'm gonna go vibrate in my own, in the corner of my own room, you know. Yeah, I know I never do, and we confronted last time. Okay, look inwards. It sounds beautiful. Just one little peek couldn't hurt, right? Demian stands on their tiptoes and leans in. They'll only take one look and back away if it's dangerous. He said, what the hell? A look doesn't hurt. A look can't ruin their life. A word could, but not a look. Lying atop of the trash is a thick coating of dark slime. It has a strange tint to it. The best comparison Demian had was like the color of the needles on evergreen trees. There's none of the luster that the leaves flaunted. If anything, the scene seemed to defy the laws of physics. Any and all light that would illuminate its mass simply seemed to vanish before it could hit the shivering ooze. Holy shit, Demian exhales. It's breathing. Tendrils of its slime inch forward before pulling back. It brings Demian back to the days when they were little and watching the waves on the beach. Kia. It's like a little piece of the ocean, corrupted and plopped down in the slums of this wretched city. Echoed promises fill their vapid little head. Its voice is heavenly, mesmerizing even. It pulsates, resonates with their very core. As if it wants to be a part of them. No, not that it wants to be. It is a part of them. It's a part of Demian that's been separated from them since the day they were born. All that's happening now is an inevitable reunion. Yes, yes, that's right. That's why they've always felt so empty and incomplete. Because they were never whole. But they will be now. Lured closer and closer towards it, Demian can't even help himself. Reaching out, bony fingers brush against the creature to feel the purring of its heartbeat against Demian's fingertips. It clamps on tight. Oh shit! Bad choice, Xiao. The trance is shattered. What the fuck were they thinking? This thing isn't a part of them. It didn't whisper about powers of a god or whatever it is so awful that made that girl sick. That couldn't have been their own idea. Demian's smarter than that. It's already too late to rectify their error. They yank their hand out of the dumpster. the force of which they pull back sends Demian tumbling to the ground. The fluffy snow does nothing to break their fall. The creature's lashed onto their hand now, send it from its metal prison and into the world. Demian tries to fling it off and then pry it away from their hands. Nothing helps. It only gets worse. Sprung into motion, the monster crawls up their skin. It doesn't stop, it doesn't slow down, it doesn't even hesitate. Get it off, get it off, get it off, away from me! There's a voice in Demian's head that is not their own. Bloom. Need to bloom. Bloom and set free. It won't stop. Nothing Demian can do makes it stop. It's upon their throat in the blink of an eye. Unpleasant sensations sink through the panic that dulls Demian's pain. Prickling skin is what alerts them to the tightness around their thin neck. The windpipe squeezes shut. It's as if Demian's a mere observer in their own body. Demian tries to gasp for air. Dora! The mouth is forced open by the creature. Throat and nostrils are filled with the squirming maggots, melted and swirled together into a barely conscious mucus. Invading, swarming, sprouting. Eyes wide, screaming silenced. Roots under the skin, wrapping around bones. Muscle fusing with tendrils. Heartbeats thumping, vision fading. Thoughts slurring and dimming. Become one with me. Chapter 2. God in the Gutter, January 8th. Or should I give it a voice like Laszlo? Matt Berry. Become one with me in New York City. Ever since they were little, Demian has always dreamt in red. Kia! Red is a beautiful, meaning-filled color. It is loud, angry even, but it is unapologetic and passionate. Okay, Phoenix. It is the color of blood and hate, but also the color of love and desire. But Matt Berry, he's been in a lot of other things. Such as the wildly popular Fallout television series. When they were growing up, there wasn't much love to go around. They dream of their family, always screaming at one another or at a small child who couldn't fight back. Matt Berry, the guy who plays Laszlo. In these dreams, they are never called Demian. A name that hasn't been used in years is what rolls off the tongue. Pa's anger drips red from his teeth, like venom from a snake's fangs as he yells in the booming voice of his. Yes, it is, Chemical. Yep. Oh, that sucks, Dora. I don't know if you can hear me. You think I know his government name, Kia? Ma's knife is splashed with red one day when the screeching reaches a crescendo and Pa's put his hands on her throat. And of course, their tongues would be stained with hatred while their ire turns toward the sole child in the family. Yeah, that too, the IT crowd. As a child, Demian couldn't explain why they hated being in their own skin. Father! God damn it. When they dream of their face, they see a reflection of a kid who wanted to go to the beach so badly, but couldn't stand the idea of their swimsuit. A child who wanted to bite all their skin off in the hopes they were just a cocoon that housed their real self. But this isn't a shell, and there's no gorgeous butterfly waiting to emerge. Desires in a language they don't understand buzz and itch under their awful face. When bitter sobs bruise their ribs, the tears are red. And now they dream of blood filling their lungs and spilling through their lips. Wait. No. It's not blood, and their body isn't trying to expel it. It's an infection. And in the dream, their body welcomes it. Their mind screams to purge it, but the sack of meat and bones doesn't listen. Every fiber of them is warped and distorted, overwhelmed by the parasite as it settles deep into their chest. They try to cry out, but the voice is no longer their own. From the look in their eye and the twitch of their fingers, this monster bleeds every drop of Demian's soul out, and settles comfortably inside their shell. They dream of their flesh becoming nothing more than fertilizer for invasive weeds, with scarlet flowers unfurling toxic petals around the skin. An eyeball that used to belong to them bursts, and Demian awakens with a start. It's incredibly late at night, or early in the morning, depending on their perspective. Demian sits up slowly. It feels like there's razor blades in their skull, sliding around and slicing up bits and pieces of their brain. Struggling to lift an arm, Demian drags a hand down their face. Sleep doesn't come easy to Demian these days. Well, it never has been easy, but they've graduated to a full-on insomniac in the past year or so. They're lucky if they get a few hours of sleep every day. Of course, Demian knows full well that this is partially their own fault. If they actually worked a normal schedule instead of taking every slot available to get out of the shithole and stop scrolling through their phone for hours a night, who knows? Maybe the bags under their eyes wouldn't be so dark. Bleary eyes glare at the alarm clock on the nightstand. The display reads 4:33 a.m. in bright red. Oh, that's just great. Like, it's not hard enough to sleep. Already hard enough to sleep. A rat skitters across the carpet. Ugly bastard, too, with a scar across its left eye. Demian makes no motion to get rid of him. They sure don't feel like they slept for 3 hours straight. Demian flops down on the pillow and stares directly upwards. Their entire stay here, Demian has never been able to figure out how the hell someone got coffee stains on the popcorn ceiling. How do they get to bed anyway? Last Demian remembers, they've been grabbing some cheese curls in the vending machine outside when... Oh shit. Oh fuck! Demian throws the sheets off their legs and sprints to the bathroom. Something is wrong. Something is inside them. And they need to get it out. Somehow. How? They don't know. God. Frantic thoughts pour through their mind again and again. Why did they do this to themselves? God, dumbass. I couldn't just couldn't resist the noises that some alien vomit slime creature made, huh? What, Simpsy? Why did I even ask? Eyes burning in the sunlight, Demian looks themselves over countless times. There's nothing wrong with their limbs physically. No twisted, gnarled claws to replace their nails. No thorns bursting from their skin. The only difference Demian can see is their left hand. The abrasion is completely healed over. There isn't even a scar where the cut should be. Everything looks fine. Not a single monstrous distortion of their body. A twinge of regret prods at their chest at this. Demian figures it's a good idea to push aside the implications of that for now. There's just one last thing. Peeling the tape from the edges of the trash bag, Demian steels their nerves. There's going to be nothing wrong with them. Their face will be unchanged. Fortunately or unfortunately. Just one little peek is all they need to reassure themselves. They're a grown-ass guy. They can look at the reflection without getting dysphoric. Shaking hands uncover their mirror. Yeah, they're fine. Their face looks the same as it always has. They don't like it, but there it is. But it's there. With any luck, they think while letting go of the tarp. Last night was just a feverish byproduct of an exhausted mind. Feverish. About 1 hour. I'm going to give them at the most about an hour. This one I just wanted to kind of see. I want to be, because it took us a while because we took the bad ending. I would give this one maybe a little bit extra time, but better or worse, Demian is completely unchanged. It's only 2 chapters, but I wanted to see what the creature was like. But you have changed in ways you cannot see. That's Demian's own voice. They whirl around to face the mirror again. The trash bag is no longer a protective shield against an uncomfortable image, instead a curtain to yank away and reveal something much stranger. The reflection lolls its head to the right. A dull smile curls its lips. There you are, it says in Demian's own voice. I can't do much right now while you sleep, you know. Demian blinks. They blink again. One more time. Rub their eyes. And one final blink, just to be sure. The response is simple. What the fuck? Okay, Dora. Yeah, they're taking this about as well as anyone could expect. The reflection scoffs. You act as if he simply fell upon you, as if I simply fell upon you without your knowledge. You let me in, you listened, and you reached out. I simply reached back and closed the gap between us. Is it That thing? Its lips move on its own, body shifting and adjusting out of free will. The reflection leans forward, its elbows on the cracked ceramic. Damien stays put. I know what you're thinking, it says with a dull trill in the back of its throat. I know what you're thinking. I hear the whispering thoughts in the forefront of your brain.
Risen to join the flock.
Yo, Hawk. 35 months, my guy.
Dude!
Can you believe it? No, me either. Now,
Wolfie.
without further ado, I give the show over to Dora and Kia.
Wolfie,
Smile.
thank you so much for that subscription. 35 months, that's amazing. Thank you so much for that support. You're just shy of 3 years, man. Holy crap. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm the one who called you in the snowstorm. And you are the one who answered me. What do you mean, hear my thoughts? Hang on, that didn't sound right. It takes a good second for Demian to word their next question. It feels like one slip of the tongue would be the equivalent of a landmine. Demian's tone is wary as they ask, what do you mean, hear my thoughts? Don't you know? We share a body now, you and me. There's no mockery in its voice. Amusement, yes, but the reflection hasn't spoken in a taunting manner. Our minds are connected now. My mind is yours and yours is mine. Initial gut reactions confirm that yes, hive minds and identity erosion is still a terrifying concept to Demian. It clicks its tongue, shaking its head at Demian's hesitation. Oh, don't be afraid. My farm is unraveled to its faintest traces. I can't do much of anything without your permission. For now, anyway. What does that mean? Without the embrace of a human, I cannot bloom to my full potential. You're the glue. Oh god, I'm so sorry, Wolfie. Was it personal choice or was it a health thing? Like, you don't have to answer if you're not comfortable with that, but good luck with it though. It's hard. I failed. I couldn't go 3 days. So you need me is what you're saying. Yes, that's right. I need you and you need me. 1,000 things Demian could say worm into their head. Eventually they settle on one. What is blooming? What is this blooming thing? It's brought up blooming a lot in the whole conversation. Demian figures they might as well know what it is before they get too far in. More importantly, the question of, is blooming going to kill me, needs an answer. Then again, it could always lie. Gotcha. Well, you know what? Good luck to you, I hope. No, I actually seriously tried to become a polar pescatarian. I wasn't going to completely give up meat, but I was going to give up red meat and anything other than fish and chicken. I made it 3 days before I went and got myself like 3 hamburgers. Demian wouldn't know either way. When I'm fully rebuilt and can reach for the gifts of a god, then I can bloom. Demian scrunches their face up. That doesn't sound like a good sign. It laughs and leans in. I know what you're thinking. The answer is no. It will not kill you. Blooming is a wonderful feeling, in fact. If you could reach out and touch the heavens for eternity, the bliss you feel would be nothing compared to when you bloom. Oh, good, yeah. I'm sorry! I really missed meat! All meats. Is it gonna harm me in any way? Or are you gonna use my body as a fucking plant food or something? It's like dealing with a genie. One wrong word and I'm turning into a toad or something because I wanted to jump higher. Don't be so skeptical, friend. I have no intention of hurting you in any way. After all, our pain is shared now. Your agony is mine and my suffering is yours. I can only bloom with a living and conscious host, at the peak of their physical condition. This statement nestles itself comfortably in the front of Demian's mind. So, to bloom you need me. Yes, I do. Day 2. Well, good luck, Wolfie. Demian tilts their head and asks the burning question. So who's in control here? So, I'm in control here? Demian scrapes up some modicum of confidence. That's what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? What gives you that idea? For once it seems a reflection is caught off its guard. It's a blink and you miss it moment. In the next breath it paints its carefree ruse back on its face. Admittedly, they almost blinked. Thank God they didn't, though. It's about time Demian gets to pursue each little twist the other makes, anyway. Of course, if it soothes your heart, we can both agree to that notion. I just want to know your thought process, it says. First mid, oh, nice. That sounds really good. I know, I love fish, but I wasn't in the Pacific Northwest when I did it. I was living in Canada. So, it's not as good. Demi looks up at the cobwebbed ceiling, perking the corner of their lip upward. Think about it. Like you said, you literally need me, right? I can live without you. Okay, I can live without you. If I stick my fingers down my throat and puke you up right this moment, I could shake off this night as a fever dream and go on living like I have been. Sorry, wrong voice. They laugh dryly and go on. But you? Well, you'd be shit out of luck. You could strike gold again and find someone else like me the first time, rebuild just fine, or your next 50-something tries could be like Dumpster Girl over there. It's not smiling anymore. Yes, you're right. When it put it that way, you are the one who calls the shots, so to speak. Locked in Canada, I know. Damn right I am. I love the writing. By comparison, Demian's grin is huge. They look like someone told the Cheshire Cat he can have all the wet food he wants and an extra treat after dinner. You want to run a Space Nest meat sack? You play by my rules, or you can try your luck with someone else. You got me? Fine, okay. If it brings you comfort, then we will go that way. I'll let you stick around till you're able to bloom. You hear that? I'm letting you stay. I could evict you whenever, but I'm not going to let that let it come before my own health. All right? You're not hurting me. I'm not hurting you. That's how we're going to play it. Very well. Clearly, it has more to say, but doesn't. Demian can feel an inkling of thought forming in its mind, but they can't decipher what it means. Probably just throwing a fit. They can't run roughshod and use them for nutrients or something. It's getting awkward referring to this parasite as just Demian's reflection. Unwilling bond or not, it's still a living thing with an identity of its own. And calling it their reflection sounds weird too. Demian can kind of glean they only perceive it as a mere image because it's easiest for their brain to wrap around. Something like that, anyway. Hey, Demian asks, do you have a name? I used to. Over my eons in oblivion, though, it is eroded from me. Oh. They look away. Do you want me to give you one? You don't have to say yes or make it your whole identity if you don't want it. Could just be a nickname or something. Whatever makes you the most comfortable. How about Slice with the Y? You know, it'd be cool. Wait, no, that's edgy. I'm supposed to be out of my edgy phase by junior high. It flows well, Slice says. I like it. You sure? Yes. Alright, Slice it is. There we go again. Damn. I don't know if Dora can see me right now, but hopefully they see that. That sucks. Have a good night, Dora. Slice smiles wider than it has during their entire conversation. Then I hope we get along well, you and I. Damian can't help but feel they cut a deal with the god in the gutter. As if on cue, the landline phone in the main room blares its distressing tones. They jolt and whip their head around to face the bathroom entrance. Shit, that's probably Carl or Margaret, they think. What do these fuckers want now? Damian looks back to give Slice a goodbye. All they see now is their own face. Fuck it. Sharing a body with an alien parasite can wait. Right now, they've got more pressing matters on their hands. They pick up the phone and do their best to sound like they haven't been up for half an hour already. Xiao speaking. Hey, Damian, it's Margaret. Dude, it's 5 in the morning. I work second and third shifts. I know, but our morning housekeeper Isaac just called out and we don't have anyone to fill his slot. Anyone else to fill his slot. Tell Isaac to go stuff it and get his ass in here. Come on, Maggie, please. I'm exhausted. Look at my schedule. I'm supposed to be on second with overtime today. Damian's taking this Slice thing awfully well, if they do say so themselves. They've gotten pretty decent at packing away trauma in their brain to sort through later. It reminds them of shoving their winter wardrobe into neat little boxes to get enough space for winter gear. Problem is, this kind of goes beyond trauma and into life-threatening events that anyone would panic over. Not really something they could stuff into the mental closet to deal with on a better day. And hey, maybe they're imagining Slice up. At any point, they could wake up severely ill next to the motel's dumpster, covered in snow and 2 seconds away from death, because they ate alien goo and is liquefying their intestines in real time. That's also a possibility. Look, Damien, you know I never want to do this to you, but we really, really need someone to fill in and clean up before... You know, I could talk with Dad, okay? We could probably get Samuel or someone to take your other shift today. We just really need you on this. Oh, so Samuel can take another shift, but you need me for this one? I see what you're doing. Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, thank you so much. I'll talk to Dad right now, alright? Alright. Margaret slams the phone down on her side. Someone kill me already. It whispers in Demian's mind again. Can never harm you. Safe with me. Yeah. Can't bloom without a host. Don't want to risk it and try someone else. It'll take a while to get used to having two voices in their head. If this were a horror movie, Demian thinks they'd be the first to die. Yeah, they'd be the token minority who thinks this is a cute rom-com cottage in the forest getaway. They'd blissfully skip their way down the creaky stairs and into the cluttered basement without so much as a flashlight. And oh, oops, there goes their head, chainsawed off by the slasher before Demian can make it down to the last step. They're not final girl material. They're too stupid for that slot. Demian isn't even a girl. Ain't that just the piss in their cornflakes? But this ain't a nice spring break. There's no splinter-filled cabin in the heart of the woods. No serial killer that wasn't hugged enough as a kid, so now he skins people for fun. And this isn't a horror movie. This is real life, and Demian has the clock in at 7 a.m., running off a 3 hours sleep and pretend they don't have a vomit goo alien wrapped around their ribs. Ain't that fantastic? There we go. We got it. Cool. Thank you for reading the first two chapters of Veins Like Tapeworms. Unfortunately, this is just about where we have to call it quits for now. The game was made for the third RPG maker, Horror Jam, after all. Don't worry, though. The full game is on its way soon. There's 6 more chapters in progress, new illustrations, and a bunch of new characters. Demian's strange descent has only just begun. Cool. Really, really good. Really good there, Phoenix. Or, but not Trinket. I like that. I really like that a lot. It gripped me the same way that No Time for Mercy did, you know, where I wasn't sure it was like, it's a visual novel, so it's a little dry to get through, but the writing is very crisp, and for some reason Phoenix name jumped in my head. It's a horror game. Yeah, great. No, good stuff, really good stuff. Okay, so that was Veins Like Tapeworm, the demo. So there we go. Okay, so how we get a rate? Okay, to be perfectly honest, I'm not doing this to be rude. There's no gameplay. It is a visual novel. There's literally no gameplay there. Like a little bit like clicking and choices. That's it. Story phenomenal. Presentation, like all the rest of this though, boom. But visual novels, they don't really have gameplay, you know? And I'm not doing that to be mean or anything. It's just that's honestly my own personal opinion. Everything else is fucking 5 stars all the way.